Hi, this is Raj from Sportscars. In this video I'm going to show you how to change the key case of a 981 Boxster or 991 911 as well. Also the Cayman, 981 Cayman. So I've got the key for this car here. It's got the standard case on it, and I'm actually going to also replace the battery as well. So I'll show you how to do that. So first of all, the simplest thing is probably just to get a battery ready. So I've got the batteries just here. There is the battery. They are CR2032 batteries, and you can get a pack of 6 of them for around £3 in the UK via sites like Amazon. Just have a seat. So here's the standard key. This key is the same on 991, 911s and Caymans as well, and probably also Macans and Cayennes of the era as well. But my specialism is Boxsters, 911s and Caymans of this era specifically. This one is actually in very good condition, but for this video I'm actually going to upgrade both sides, but also this silver trim here, because it does actually get quite chipped and damaged naturally through sliding into the key slot in the dashboard when you start it, and they can also, depending on what key rings you have, they can get quite chipped and damaged around here. This one is actually very good, but I'll just show you that you can actually basically upgrade that whole key. And I've got a whole bunch here. So there's Guards Red, so you can actually get it to match the colour of your car. There's Rhodium Silver. This is, I think this is Sapphire Blue. I've already used the silver sections in these. You can get sets of these on places like eBay which just have the sides. I order the ones with the full silver bit in the middle. So there's the one I'm going to use, which is gloss black, to match the basalt black on this car. So let me just pull that out. So it comes with this centre section, you can see, with the space for the key, the Porsche crest. And then it has both sides, and they're painted, and they just literally, it's just plug and play. You just clip them in. You don't need a screwdriver unless you need to prise open these bits. But yeah, let me just do the battery first. That's probably the easiest thing. So I'll just open up this battery. So these Energizer ones are the ones I recommend. They seem to last the longest. They're the most reliable. Sometimes you can get other brands and they don't. Some of them are dud from new, so you end up replacing them quite often. So what I did there was, there is actually a laser cut key there, which you just pull that across and then you pull it up. Now the battery is actually behind this section here, which is what the laser cut key slides into. But what you do is, if you unclip it and then you still leave it in, but then you use it to lever this section here up, and it will clip up very easily, and there's the replacement battery. So that is an unbranded battery. I do change all the batteries to Energizer ones, just so I know that new owners won't have to do that for at least a few years, hopefully 3 or 4 years. So I'll just put that back in, because we don't need that open. So that's changing the battery. Very simple. Literally, well, it literally took me less than a minute to do that. So that's now got a fresh battery, and you won't have to recode it or anything. It will just work with the car. Even though I've taken the battery out, let's do that. Hopefully it flashes. Yeah, there we go. Super. That all works. Now, with regards to the key case, this is a little bit more tricky. You do need strong nails, or you can use like a trim removal tool. I wouldn't advise using a screwdriver, because you could potentially damage or break parts of it, but I tend to use my nails to get behind this. There we go. So you just prise it off and it just clips off, and it is attached by 2 clips, one there and one there. It's normally quite dirty behind there, so I will give that a clean, but let me first finish stripping the other side as well. So you just need to get behind it and it just pops off. So that's the standard, that is the Porsche default, unless from the factory it was spec'd with a specific colour. And then so you've got that Now, if you just get the set with just the sides and you're happy with the silver bit, that's where I would stop, because honestly, getting this off is a lot tougher than just unclipping those and clipping new ones onto the. There's a new one, and it has the same clips on the back to literally just go there. But what I'm going to do now is get it ready for this section to go in. So that also holds the rubber buttons in. Now you can see on this one, I use this one to sort of look at a new one. It's always good to see a new part and see how it's attached before pulling off the old one. Just a general point is you can see where it's mounted. So it's got a lip just in there. It's got a lip at the front, just in front of the badge there. And then also there's a notch there which goes around this hoop. So this hoop remains on there for the keyring. That is actually metal. This is just a metal finish on plastic, so it's very flexible, very bendy. The weakest point is actually here, and more than likely when I pull this one off it will snap in that area. I'll try and stop it from doing that, but inevitably they do almost always snap in that section. So make sure if you ever take this off, you've got a new one to put on. And also the way I put this on, through trial and error, there's a lot of ways of doing this where the new one snaps as well. So just be very, very careful. Maybe order two if it's your first one. Order one for you for this key and for the spare, and then you've always got the backup of using it and then ordering a third one if you do mess it up. So you can already see there's a gap there, hopefully. So you can just, now that the sides are off, you can just gently just prise it open. It will feel like you're going to break it. Oh, actually this one, no, it has. It's already snapped there. So it is very, very, because it has a very tight fit around the crest, which also remains on the black plastic. So it has already snapped. But that's okay because I've got a new one. So I'll pull the buttons out actually, because that'll make it easier. There's the buttons with a plastic piece underneath. I'll leave that as a whole, but they actually, let me just show you, they can actually come out. So then you've got just this rubber bit, and I have actually replaced these before off of basically a new dummy key without the Porsche crest. You can interchange this section and put this bit back in it, and then, because sometimes the actual coating on the buttons themselves on this bit can start peeling, so that's the best way to sort of refurbish a key, is to replace this rubber bit as well. Obviously make sure you've got the right combination of things there, the right icons. Obviously you want a car shaped one for Boxsters and Caymans. You don't want the McCann one, which has sort of like an SUV silhouette. So I'll leave that to one side, and now I'll have a go at resting this. This is very difficult actually, this front section, to get off easily, because it's very tightly attached to the crest. In fact, it may just come off in two pieces. Just use my tool, see if that will give me more leverage. So I'm nowhere near the electronics or anything, so it's not an issue right, so there, I've managed to get underneath it, as you can see, and just pull it off. And there we go. That is basically the bare key. I mean, it obviously still works. I'll give it a quick clean. Just with a cloth, I won't wet it or anything like that. Just to get some of the dust and stuff that's settled in the key, in between the joints over time, and also this bit here, around the crest. And if there was loads of dirt lodged in these areas, then it could potentially make it harder for the new set of casing to clip in. There's quite a lot of fluff and stuff around there, so I'm just prising that away, just very gently with my nail, because that won't scratch it. I wouldn't use a screwdriver or anything like that. if you can help it, because it quite often leads to either injury on something like this or damage to what you're working on. So there is the bare key, just giving it a quick clean. That label is just so I know what car it's for, because obviously I have a number of these cars in stock at any one time. Now the best way, let me just move that to one side, move those to one side, move that. Now the best way to actually then rebuild this, I find, is to put this in there, so it's nice and snug, it's where it should be, and it sits pressed against these sort of like shelves on the back of it, and there's deliberately a gap there, which is actually where the red light slots in, which flashes when you press a button. So that's what I want to do, and hopefully I'm going to get it done first time. Now it's what the recommendations of actually the manufacturers of these say. Install from front side, snap in first, or the case may be broken, and you saw pulling out from the back leads to it being broken, so you should definitely follow that instruction of clipping in this section here, and then working backwards. So you just use a bit of force to sort of lever it into that area, and you'll hear it snap when it does actually get in the right place. There we go, you heard it click there. Now I find that pressing my thumb on the crest and on the plastic means that it actually clips around it. It's actually just, sorry, that clip was actually just it clipping out again. So I've got to put it back in. So there, it's clipped in. Keep the force of your thumb on the crest, and then you can see it's actually squeezed around. It's squeezed around that button. Make sure that this, around that red light, make sure that that rubber is sitting nicely up against there. It's still seated in the silver, and then just gently, it's very gentle, you've got to sort of coax it into position all in one go, without putting too much strain on this section here, which you saw break on the original. So you just sort of move it around. It has some flex in it, but obviously don't put too much force in one go. You can see it's almost on there. It's almost ready to clip in at the back while still being at the front. So I've just pushed that bit there, you heard it click, and now final stage, just literally just push it in. There, it's clipped in. It's all whole, there's no breaking it around here. I did break a few of these, I have to admit, so do be careful. Hopefully my instructions are clear on how to do that. And then the easiest bit and the best bit is actually putting these on, because that's what really makes it stand out, especially if you've got a bright colour like yellow, red, silver. This one is quite subtle, but then the car is black, and all of the features on it, it is a triple black car, black hood, black interior, so I think black is the most I do. It doesn't have red belts. If it had red belts, I might have done one key in red. And the same with the front, the silver section, black section again, like they say in the instructions, feed in the front first. So again, clip that first section in, clip that section in, and then finally press in that final, and you'll hear it all click. And there is your new key. Well, the new key case with a new battery, and it matches the car now. So let me show you that. I mean, I think it looks great. I mean, here's a black one as well. Obviously a slightly older 911. But yeah, I think that's a really good match for the car. And obviously I'll just show it all working, that I haven't broken the key with my playing around with it. Yeah, so that's how you change the key case on a Porsche 981, Boxster, Cayman, or 991 911. I hope you found the video useful. If you have, please do like and subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of Porsche content on Caymans, Boxsters, 911s of this era, and also from 2009 to 2015 basically. And yeah, hope you found the video useful and have a great day.